Hey guys, so it seems as of late there's been a lot of guys listing cars on eBay as pre-production or prototype just because it's missing the serial number on the chassis. This is not the case, whether they're intentionally or unintentionally lying to you. Unfortunately, they are lying. They are not pre-production cars, but they are just simply errors. There's even a case of many years ago where the entire Black Bandit run was missing the serial number in the chassis. Were they all pre-productions, like all thousands of them that were released? No, they weren't. They were just simply an error by the manufacturer. And in recent cases, there's still many cars that go without a serial number. I mean, I've even got this Golf Mustang that just came out this year. Is it a pre-production? I mean, if you look at the chassis, if I can get it focused, there we go. Look, there's no serial number at all. There's no even white rectangle box at all. I mean, is this a pre-production piece? No, it's just an error. The sticker fell off. Now, it's a lot harder to produce in some of the cases, or some of the clamshells. I've even got some clamshells where it's missing the sticker. That doesn't mean it's a pre-production piece. It's just an error. I mean, if you look at these two guys, they are literally like, they're identical, except for the chassis. So if you can see that, if you look at the bottom, that one has a number in it, and the top one doesn't. It's a blank base. So does that mean this one's a pre-production, and this one's a normal production? No. They are both production runs. This one just happens to be an error. And unfortunately, there are people on eBay that are listing these as pre-production. And that's not the case. And here's another one I've got where it's a Black Bandit, and it's blank, and that white rectangle. Again, is it a pre-production? No, it's just an error. So, easiest way to tell if it's going to be a pre-production piece is one of two things. Either one, it's going to have not for sale on the windshield, or two, a certificate of authenticity. And if you're buying from someone on eBay, I would always try to make sure that you have a certificate of authenticity. Because, I mean, there's so many shady people out there, you just don't know. I mean, if it's a trusted seller that you know for sure that actually got it from Greenlight, then go for it. But I'd rather see if you could buy it from them personally instead of going through eBay. I mean, you both save some money, right? But when it comes to the pre-productions, you gotta look for the not for sale on the windshield. See if we can focus on this. This is kind of how Greenlight's been doing a lot of their cars and for quite a while now, where when they're sending them out for licensing purposes to get them signed off, or if they're getting a sample piece so that way they make sure the colors and the tampo's all just right, they put the not for sale on the windshield. But, I mean, even this can be replicated, so ultimately if you're trying to get a pre-production piece, make sure it has a certificate of authenticity. And unless you're getting it from Greenlight directly, like this car in particular, when I was in Greenlight headquarters last year, this is one of the cars that I was able to get, and they were given away, so it's pretty obvious it's real. I mean, just because I got it from them. But don't even trust my word for it. If I don't have a certificate of authenticity and I'm trying to sell it to you, don't believe me. I mean, you got to be really careful on that. So especially when it comes to clamshells, I've seen maybe total of 3 carded pre-production pieces, and they're just crazy rare. And the only reason why I was able to see those other 2 is just because I happened to find one, and when it got brought up, other people started searching around, and sure enough, a couple more surfaced to the light that they do exist. But I have actually one of my earlier videos of me finding this one. As you can see, it says not for sale on the windshield. I had this confirmed by M&J Toys that this is one of 2 pre-productions that were produced, and I found that actually in a master case, and there's significant differences between it and the actual production, but it's just so rare. I mean, one of 3 that I've actually personally seen. And all these ones on eBay that are listed as pre-production or prototype, don't believe them. And don't pay the extra money for them. So, I mean, if it's a green machine that you're looking for, or a simple car, a regular car that you're looking for, go for it, bid for it, but don't overpay for it just because the seller is claiming it's something that it's not. And I just don't want you to be wasting your money when you're flushing money down the toilet, and I hate to see that. So guys, just be wise when you're shopping around for pre-productions, and just be very careful. eBay sellers will pull a lot of tricks to try and make some extra bucks. And again, just be aware and ask for a certificate of authenticity. So if you see one that's on eBay and you want a pre-production piece, ask them for that certificate. And if they say they can't produce one, it's probably not a pre-production. If it has a not for sale in the windshield, there's a good chance it is. But again, those can be fake, so just be careful out there, and happy hunting.